26 3/4. To go there. So, So I am unscrewing the screws the previous owner, or a previous owner, I'm the fourth owner of this thing, one of the previous owners put in metal screws into these window frames. If you're not familiar, these old GM buses have swing out emergency exit windows. So there's no rooftop emergency exit like a newer school bus or door at the back. There's simply one door at the front to get in and out, and in an emergency all of these windows push out. Of course, the little rubber nubs that hold them in get old and don't hold them very well, and this previous owner screwed them shut with some metal screws. Besides a potential hole for a leak, it doesn't give you a lot of egress in an emergency, as opposed to this whole thing swinging out. So what I am going to do, I'm going to keep the idea of them being screwed, but I am going to put knobs on them so that you can just quickly turn two knobs and pop it out. And that way I don't have to trust those little nubs to hold them in, because they don't do a great job. But I would like to clean this up and maybe try to seal it a little better. So let me go outside and get the ladder. Stays pretty good. I think I might just use this one screw. So that screw hole there, it goes through the inner frame here and it goes through the window right down there. Here's what holds it in up front. And there's one at the back, but kind of thinking I may just do the front one. It's easy to get to, and you just have one to take out, and it should keep the window secure. It is currently a self-tapping metal threaded screw. And I want to see if I can tap it to a 1/4 20 or put in a riv nut maybe. If I could just tap what's already there, that would be ideal, but I may have to go all the way back to my house. I've got a 1/4-20 tap for sure, but I don't have it with me, I don't think. I've got these, but I think they're all metric. Yeah. And I don't think there's any overlap. I dropped something. It's gone now, whatever it was. I don't think there's any overlap. Metric 6. Close. I'll have to look. So, apparently metric 6 by 1.25 will cross, or will work with 1/4-20. Problem is, I only have a metric 6 by 1 tapped in my kit. I don't really need an extra one of those. I've got a riv nut set up, but I may have broke my 1/4-20. I know there was one of these that I busted. Is not busted. That's a big riv nut. I don't know if I have room to dig out that much. I mean, that's probably a 3/8 drill bit. I could order maybe a knob with a metric 6 by 1 or something like that, because I would be drilling that hole out 2.5 times its size, and that's the part that scares me. Not the inner one, because that doesn't need to go out much, but there is not a lot of clearance on the back side here at all to this channel, and I don't want to get into the channel because that's how you get leaks. So I'm gonna look and see if I can order a 6 by 1 knob like this guy instead of a 1/4-20. I know they make machine screw thread versions, but Lowe's was all out of them, so I'll have to do some looking. As you can see, I've got a lot of supplies and tools and gear and junk that I need to use up and get rid of. I travel with quite a bit of crap. But this is that wool material I'm using in the living room. Got plenty of it. Finish that one little spot and anything else I want to do. Got some old cabinetry that was ripped out and some face frames and all sorts of bits. But I'll bring you back. So, I will have to open it just a little. Tight. I think it may work. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so 1/4-20 isn't right for 6 by 1, but it's close enough. And since that's aluminum, it kind of eased the edge. That seems like it's going to work. That side is definitely in. That side, oop, that side is in, but not as in as I would like it. The problem is, if I do what they did and I put it here, it's hidden by this cover that I've unscrewed temporarily that goes on this. So I think I'm going to have to move it back here if I do that. 6 3/4 by 28 piece cut, and then I'll work on my curve. I've got a template somewhere I used for that bad boy. The beauty of working at the bus with a solar system and a power inverter that can run your circuits. And looking for my hearing protection, I had a 1/4-20 tap in my kit all along. Live and learn. Just have to imagine I have proper hearing protection because I don't know where the heck they've gone. So, we're going to go, this is the top, bottom, right, left. The window, and we cut over this. So, Okay. Let's see how we did with revision. Attempt number 1. That's actually much closer. Still stand to shave. Trim that batch. The rest of it actually looks pretty good. Oh! That's as good as I'm going to get it right now. Okay, so that piece has been installed. That piece is installed. Got my knob there and one back there to free my emergency exit. And the weather stripping actually looked to be in good shape. I'm kind of bummed I got some foam on my leatherette, or synthetic leather, whatever you want to call it there. One of these days I'll freaking remember that I can turn on the lights. I'm going to have to do something. I don't know what they had here. Maybe there was a board coming out. Kind of looks like it. So we have to trim that out somehow. But may just run the walling material proud a little bit, and that'll tuck over that because it'll squish down when it's up. There's nothing to screw it in, but I could run a screw if I'm going to hide it, because I don't have any of these snaps handy. But I think that's all I'm going to do for right now. I got the tires aired up, and a few things tidied up here. I'll be back tomorrow, and I will work on cleaning up and putting away everything. Did a little cleanup today, but I think that looks pretty good. I mean, it's just plywood. I don't have the siding. I'll let that little patch piece dry, hide that under the siding. Trim is your friend. So, just little by little, I'm going to at least organize some of all this jazz off the bed. Thank goodness for that waterproof bed cover. So, finalizing everything for our trip next week. It's my last day off before we leave on Saturday, headed for Indiana to watch the total solar eclipse. And doing walk-arounds and checking for leaks and topping off fluids. And I wanted to verify everything for this. So I have hooked everything back up, and I drove the car forward and watched it pull the brake pedal, which is good verification that it is indeed going to work. I'm gonna take a short little drive just in the parking area here, not on the road, with my wife in the the driver's seat momentarily, and we'll verify again that it's working under real world conditions. But I've got my 7-way up under the license plate, safety cable chain things crisscrossed. The emergency breakaway is attached not to the hitch, but through the rear bumper. That hitch is bolted to some cross members that pull on the bulkhead. So it should be more than solid enough for my little Subaru. And you can see the wiring and the brake that actuates the service brakes proportionally going down the road, and my pins and everything. So we'll verify the lights again, and we will verify the braking, and then yeah, be ready for the road next weekend. Saturday we're taking off. So I went ahead and scraped that window. It used to look like this one or like that one with a shitty blackout job. I've got a little cleanup around the edges to do. It needs a good cleaning, but it's nice and clear. My wife's going to make curtains for all the windows, and the couch is going to cover almost half of that one and a quarter to a half of this one. But the curtains will cover the rest, and the TV will cover a good chunk of that one, so I probably will go ahead and scrape that one. We'll see. We'll see. Not today. All ready for our trip. Everything's cleaned out, wiped down, ready to rock and roll. Had an issue with my transmission cooler fan not coming on. The power wire wasn't powered for some reason, so I had to swap it to a different terminal in the back. And when testing the lights, the turn signal for left turn back at the car works when you turn it on from the car, but does not work when actuated, I don't know where I'm going, when actuated by the bus, and it's hooked up. So it seems to be getting power to the diode, and I can power it directly and it doesn't work. So, but it works from the car. I'm not sure if it's just not enough ampage because the wire looked kind of corroded, even though it's brand new. Must just be cheap wire. But I tried hooking up an LED and it wouldn't even fire the LED. But it's showing 11 to 12 volts pulsing on the wire. So kind of stumped me, but my car's low enough that you can actually see the bus turn signals, no problem over it. So I'm not too concerned. See how high off the ground that turn signal is. The brake lights and the marker lights and everything else works. It's just that left turn. So we're probably just gonna roll with it the way it is. I don't have any more time to dork with it. And yeah, work on it another time.